Perfect.
So, okay, then I just say some welcoming words. I'm very much pleased that so many are here because, you know, last time I was a little bit nervous and not so happy because many were missing. But now I see that really everybody tries to get in. I know you are busy, you have your college life, there's lots of problems, network problems, but this is also one of the main points of our session, how to transform problems into challenges and solutions. So I see you've solved many challenges like network things and so many things that you told me last time, your excuses and apologies for not being here. So full house. And I'm very happy to welcome Philipp once again. Thank you for your precious time that you are with us once again. So what was your roundup from our last session? Because there you had to just jump out. And what do you remember?
So I first of all, I really enjoyed the session last time. So thank you everyone who was with us last time, and hello everyone who's with me for the first time today. I'm really pleased to have the opportunity to see you all again and to talk about this topic that I enjoy so much, because as we spoke last time, mindset and deciding about our mindset is one of the most powerful things we human beings have. Sometimes we cannot change what happens in life or what occurs to us, but what we can always decide is how we see things and how we react to things. And I brought the book with me today as well. This book was one of the books that helped me a lot, actually, when it came to my mindset. Carol Dweck, and we talked about it last time, that she brought up the concept of dynamic mindset and static mindset. And I'm very much looking forward today to talk about your experiences, because I think the theoretical concepts is one thing. The very funny thing is to talk about how does that happen in real life. And your question, Claudia, how was last time for me? I really enjoyed the questions. So what I was really happy about was that you were so open about asking questions from your personal situations. I always think that's the perfect opportunity to learn something, you know, because you can always have people who give their thoughts, but you make your chance to make it more relevant to yourself is when you ask your specific questions. Then you get the most out of such a session. And so I'm really looking forward to today, to hearing your reflections and your homework and what you think, those who've read the book, what you think about the book. So I'm pleased to be with you once again. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Philipp. So, Nita, you are the one who was distributing the chapters and organizing this short speech about this mindset book. You said there are 3 people speaking, so maybe you start and telling your impressions and what you want to share with us about this book.
So, firstly, I would like to good evening, everyone present over here.
Yeah.
And I would like to apologize for not being able to attend the last meeting. And then I want to thank Philip for recommending such a nice book. And then I want to thank Mama for giving me the opportunity. So what I learned from the book is that in the very first chapter, we get to see that they explain the people having 2 mindsets. One is the fixed mindset, and the second one, they are having a growth mindset. The people who are having a very fixed mindset, they usually give up very easily, and then they don't take challenges. They think efforts are useless. They don't like to put much effort in everything. And they are usually scared by the success of others. Like, if they see someone succeeding or if they see someone scoring good marks, then they get afraid and they push themselves backward. And on the other side, we have a growth mindset. Like the people who are always thinking that if I didn't make it today, then I can maybe work hard on it and then I can do much better tomorrow. That's it. Like these people are accepting challenges every time they can. they accept criticisms, and they see success in every path, and also they see effort as a method to success.
Mm.
And then in the second lesson, we have a sports mindset, and there we get to learn about Michael Jordan. Like they tells the story of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, when he was in his school period, he was rejected. How he was rejected by the school, and then the NBA team, they didn't take him because they thought that he is not much capable. And then he was very discouraged and all. And then his mother encouraged him and told him to be disciplined and work more hard on it. So the very next day, Michael started going to school at 6 a.m. for the practices, and with that, he was able to get chance in the school and also in the NBA. And later, he became a very famous basketball player. And in the third lesson, we get to learn about the business mindset. It says that it is not necessary that you have a huge amount for the business for growing up. Like if you really want to succeed, you need a very growth mindset. Like you are making efforts every day, you are growing every day. That's the best way to succeed, and not make some huge profit one day and then you don't make anything on the other day. That's not how business mindset should be. And then we have the fourth lesson on mindset on relationship, and there we again have two types of people. Like the one who thinks they are unloved, they usually like to take revenge on everything, and they are always like, nobody loves me and nobody cares about me. And on the other side, the people who think that relationship is not about what you get, it's about what you give. Like when you think of the others, the one who is standing in front of you, like what she needs, what he needs, or what is the things that he is not liking. Maybe you will not repeat it again, and then you are understanding the problems and all, you are helping. That's how relationship works. It's not about you always wants to take. Sometimes you have to give more than taking more. That's what I learned from the first four lesson, and maybe my friends will explain the next four. Thank you.
Wow.
Wow, Nita, thank you very much. It's impressive how you just put everything together in short words. You can work at the radio because there we have to give the message in short sentences.
Wow.
You can do that.
I'm very impressed, Nita. Wow, that was amazing. And I was so curious listening because certainly I read the book, but it's very interesting to hear from someone who read it for the first time what you take with you. And that was an impressive summary. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Incredible. Is it okay, Claudia, if I add a few sentences before we go to the next one?
Yes, you are.
Because I want to stress out a few points that you mentioned, Nita. And it was really I loved the summary. It was perfect. I want to first of all, last time it worked pretty well that we all also used the chat in Zoom. So because sometimes I cannot interact with everyone on the screen and we cannot put everyone on speaker. So maybe if it's okay for you, open the chat because I will sometimes ask questions and then you can type in what you think. Because what I was just remembered. We all speak English here, and I assume for all of us, English is not our first language, right? So there was a point in life when we started to learn another language, which is English. So maybe you can type in the chat for how long do you practice English? For how many years? When did you start to learn English? Just type into the chat for how many years. I have to calculate in my mind. Give me a second. It was with 10, okay, it's 31. 31 years, that's pretty long time. 20 years with breaks.
Philipp, we should put at what age we started, not how many years ago.
And I just want to remind you all how it felt to us when we started to try to speak English for the first time. It was hard. We didn't know the words. We didn't know the grammar. We didn't have the vocabulary. It was really hard. The conversation was hard. We did not understand everything. So just think back, each and every one, when you started to learn English, how hard it was. And I want to take that as an example because, Nita, you were a great example. You not only did a very great summary of the topics and of the content, you did it also in great English, right? And so if you see yourself today and see how far you've come, the only conclusion you can draw is that practicing, learning, and staying consistent in improving your language skills has led you to the point where you are today, which is a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the more I practice, the more I learn, the more I try to speak English, the more things I read in English, the more movies I watch in English, the more I try and learn and try to improve, the better I become, which is nothing else than a growth mindset. And if you think back to the days where you started with the language and you said, oh my God, if you have had a fixed mindset at that point, you would have said, oh, English is really hard for me. Nah, everybody else is talking much better. I don't have the vocabulary. I don't know the words. I think I have no talent for speaking languages. Maybe I should stop because I have no talent for English. And this is what people with fixed mindset do. They refer a lot to talent, which is nothing else than just a different way of saying, I have not been born with the capability to do something, to speak English, for example. But the thing is, growth mindset does not believe that you are born or not born with certain capabilities, but it's much more of how much you practice, how hard you keep trying, or how hard you work on it, and for how long, a very important point, for how long you are willing to stay consistent in practicing. Because most of you now wrote, I learned English for 15 years, 17 years, 13 years. It's a pretty long time, isn't it? So if someone would have told you at that point 15 years ago, oh, it's going to take you maybe 10 or 15 years until you do it well, most people would say 10 or 15 years, that's too long. Yeah, most people don't put the necessary work in it. But the thing is, most valuable and important things in life take long time to accomplish. If you watch people in sports, for example, how long do they take sometimes until they make it to the top? It's years and years and years. If you watch, for example, music stars, you always say it's a kind of overnight success, right? Overnight, they're all overnight successes. The truth is, they practiced already for years, 10 years, 15 years. But the point is nobody watched them. And at one point it goes boom, and they appear. And then everybody says, oh, it's an overnight success. No, it's not an overnight success. It was 10, 15, 20 years in the making. So the thing which is really important is growth mindset does not believe that much into talent. And as you mentioned, Nita, you mentioned Michael Jordan. And I love that story very much in the book, because to Michael Jordan, they said, oh, I don't think you're good enough. And he decided, okay, then I have to practice more. I have to get up earlier, get into training at 6 in the morning and do the work. And the thing is, does it help when you play basketball and you are of 2 meters height? Yes, it helps. But is it enough? So this could be compared in kind of starting advantage or talent. If you are of huge height, 2 meters high, then you have talent, right? But if you don't practice, it won't help you. I know a lot of people who are 2 meters and are not Michael Jordan, right? Because they did not put in the work. So what I want to say is, can there be a point where you have a certain advantage, be it a talent or a physical advantage? Yes. But I'd say at least 80% is working on it, is being persistent, is being consistent, as you said, with the Michael Jordan story. And I just wanted to remind you all, because I think learning a new language is such a pretty example. When you start it, you feel you cannot articulate yourself, you don't know the words, it's hard, it doesn't feel natural. And people with a fixed mindset say, oh, it doesn't feel natural, I don't have a language talent, I better stop it. And they never learn. And others, like you all, say, okay, keep on going, 10 years, 13 years, 15 years, I read 17 years, 20 years, and they keep on going. And at the end of the day, they are part of a cross-border international crowd and talk English and understand each other and have the ability to connect and improve their chances by so much, because you just kept on going. And this is what growth mindset is all about, keeping on going. Yeah. So thank you very much, Nita, again for this great
Thank you.
Okay, and now Nandini and Rohit are going to proceed. I'm sure that you know who will be the first speaking about the other chapters of the book, the mindset book.
Yes, I will be speaking.
Yes.
I will be speaking first.
Thanks.
Wishing you a pleasant, good afternoon and good evening to everybody. And today I want to explain the mindset book. And what I have learned from the mindset book is that business mindset, leadership, Iran, the talent mindset. In 2001, company Iran known for hiring talented students, starting to suffering financial. Everyone was expecting that company cannot be in a such bad condition, but it did happen. Was it due to corruption? Was it due to incompetence? Iran made a culture of hiring talented students. It let them develop a fixed mindset. They could not learn new things. Iran used to believe for success, you need talent, mindset. And the truth is that with this kind of mindset, you cannot progress in market. Fixed mindset, leader in actions. The big heading that a fixed mindset in a leader in actions. Warren Benn is a leadership guru, studied world greatest leaders. In all these leaders, he noticed something we common in all of them. They do not try to improve themselves. They just do what they love to do, their work. And it led their companies to the top. Lee Loka was not like that. He was a man with a fixed mindset, working for Ford Jr. He used to see himself as the successor of Henry Ford, but one day Henry Ford fired him. His fixed mindset could not accept this. His fixed mindset was telling him that he is not that superior. Superior. Otherwise, why should someone fire him? One day, his wife told him that even after getting fired by Henry Ford, you have become better than before. You are richer, more famous, and influencer too. Now he decided to join company. He joined Alias Motors, which was going through a bad time then. He was a Met CEO. He quickly hired new and right people, introduced new models, and made Alias successful again. And keeping himself in a mind, he wrote a book, Today I Am a Hero. After some time, Alias was in trouble again. Lucas' fixed mindset kept trying to prove himself. He spent his time and company's money to improve his public image, to impress Wall Street on to hike Carlio's stock price. He spent huge money, which should have been spent on manufacturing of a new cars. He just wanted to remain on the CEO post so that he could prove to the world that he is not a loser. Finally, when company still had some hope to survive, the board of Carlos earned Lakoka out. The CEO who came after him managed the company better. Fixed mindset can do all this. It can ruin company if their leader is a fixed mindset person. So I want to mention a good topic like a growth mindset leader in action. So when Jack Winch took over General Electric in 1908 as a CEO, its valuation was $14 billion. 20 years later, valuation increases to $490 billion. It becomes the most valuable company in the world. Fortune Image called him most widely admired, studied CEO of his time. But for author, read something even better than New York Times magazine, which was written by Steve Bennett. I learned how to behave with employers from Jack Welch during my tenure at GE. Now I'm moving on to the chapter 6, mindset in love or not. It's a very important chapter 6 which discuss about the relationship. Why should we do relationship or not? What do you think about smooth running of a relationship? It never runs smoothly. This path is fully of heartbreaks and disappointment. Some people take this disappointment on heart and cannot have a satisfying relationship in future also. For this, author conducted an experiment on 100 people and asked them to share a bad experience. People told their stories. There was people with both mindset. When people with fixed mindset were asked, they felt judged and rejected. Their biggest goal is to take revenge from their ex-lover. For growth mindset people, it is about understanding. They forgive and move on. All through, they also feel hurt, but still learn from it. They take it as a learning, as every relationship teaches you something and help you find a right partner. And I want to mark another good topic like a mindset falling in love. When you fall in a love, you should take a good mindset. So there is a word. So far we have seen that fixed mindset people think that your qualities are fixed mindset, but in relationship there are three factors: you, your partner, your relationship. For fixed mindset, all three factors should be perfectly aligned. But for growth mindset, people believe that you can also develop quality and character in yourself, in your partner, and in your relationship. People with fixed mindset think in two ways. If you have to work on your relationship, then it is not perfect relationship. One problem with these people is that they think everything which automatically be right. So they see having problems in relationships as their partner is not faithful. And I want to highlight another good point, another good topic, that the partner as enemy. Problem with fixed mindset people is that whenever there is a problem in relationship, they started to treat their partner as an enemy. When nothing works for them, they cannot blame someone else. But when relationship does not work probably, they blame their partner. Remember how hard it is for people with fixed mindset to forgive someone. They feel labeled when someone rejects them. But when they see their partner as a good person, they see themselves as a bad person. In their relationship, they think, if my partner is a good person, then this relationship is in problem because of me. same things happens with partner too. When they say supportive and still children do not perform well, they start to think that my parents are supportive. Still, if I am not able to perform well, then I must lacking somewhere. So now I end it, and there was a two important good point that I have seen. That thing is that in a relationship, if anybody reject me or if anybody hates me, so if I think if I think that I am having a lacking something in my life, so I will try to improve that, and I will go through a good relationship. And in the previous chapter, I have learned that there was a company, there was a good company where there was a CEO who was working hard. Then also he was fired due to some problems. So then also he joined another company, and he done a good progress in that. So now I ended it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'd like to add 2 points. One is I'd say an interesting point that you mentioned about growth mindset and fixed mindset in relationships. It's a funny thing because I think all partners who are married for, I don't know, decades, and you ask them, what's the success to your marriage? Everyone says it's work. It's work, it's work, it's work, which is just another way of saying, also here, a relationship with a fixed mindset is two partners join a relationship and then starts the test if it's a good relationship or not. If you go into a relationship with a growth mindset, you say you go into a relationship and then starts the work. So again here, fixed mindset sees everything as a test. Growth mindset sees everything as work, and also in relationships. A topic that I'm very much related with is you mentioned growth mindset in business, and I want to talk about that as well. Because I think at one point, is it Rohit? Is it, do I say correctly?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. At one point you said leaders or CEOs with a fixed mindset think they are superior. And this is a very important point because you mentioned the examples of Lee Iacocca, and Lee Iacocca was a very famous CEO, but I assume there are a lot more than him. When you are the leader of a company and think you are superior, which means that you think you know everything better than everyone else, right? It puts your company at big risk, because if you think you are superior, it prevents you from learning. It prevents you from listening. And one of the most important things in business life is you must be able to listen to your customers and to your employees and learn from what you hear. And so it demands a certain amount of, I'd say, humility from leaders and from CEOs to think that they do not know everything. And they are here in their position also to learn and to generate insights. And when you watch the great leaders of the world, their ability to listen and to learn is incredibly higher than of those leaders who work for companies that are not that superior. I have another book that I quote very often. I just look if I have it here. No, I don't have it here, which is one of my favorite books, actually. It's From Good to Great. From Good to Great is a business book by Jim Collins. And Jim Collins actually did a study within 10,000 companies. And he found out that the secret, one of 5 essential secrets of the greatest companies in the world, and he defines great company by a company that came here to stay, which means a company that does not, open its business and then disappears after 3 years, but much more a company that is here for 100 years. Yeah. And he learned from a study of 10,000 companies that the most successful companies in the world have leaders who have a high degree of humility combined with a high professional will. And this is very interesting because humility, to me personally, is also just another way of saying, I do not know everything. I'm still here to learn, which is just another saying for growth mindset. Growth mindset is, I don't know everything, but I will learn. This is growth mindset. And I can say from my personal experience, this attitude does help a lot in business, because when you go through business with the mindset that you know it all, you will fail within the shortest amount of time. So having this kind of growth mindset in business is really, really important. So thank you very much for your summary.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay, and now the last one is Nandini, who is telling us about the last chapters of the book.
Hi.
Okay, hello.
Hi.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. From Mindset book, I have got lots of new words, and it's helped me for for typical words. When I asked to parents, they said that we want to see our children grow. We will do not anything that hamper their study or life. Many of parents say for their kids that their quality or permanent, and others get a billion, but their son is not. On the other hand, parents say while praising, you are progressing well and are happy with that. From here, they begin to adopt fixed and growth mindset. Teachers pose also to students in this way. Parents and teachers message about this success and failure. You learn that so quickly. You are smart. You are brilliant. You go and without studying. Your performing well even after studying so less. As supportive, of course they are. If I don't learn something quickly, it means I'm not smart. In some next test, if I don't get good marks with hard work, they would think I'm brilliant. Then I'm not talented. Such a positive message also pushes kids toward a fixed mindset, and they get even more obsessed with talented. We have heard many times constructive criticism. But do we really constantly criticize? Constructive means help a children in solving a problem, in beginning a better person. For example, son, I feel upset you don't finish your task. This you think you can complete this. You did not understand. Do you want me to help your understanding Do you want me to help you understanding your assignment? Did you see constantly criticism can be doomed? They needed a develop a growth mindset, and as a parent, as a human being, we should do this only. Mindset can be alive and dead matter. Parents also wish well their children. They them in trouble. There is a story of Susan. Her parents want her to go Harvard Business School, but Susan was interested in science. And because of her parents' pressure, she went into depression. Due to this, sometimes she scored A+, and sometimes failed. Such situations sometimes lead children suicide tendency. What makes a great and teachers or parents? Many teachers think that by lowering their teaching standard, they can better explain to students, and this will make students feel successful. But it does not work by lowering standard. You only make less education student. Good teacher believe in the growth, and they are filled with the thought of learning and develop some mindset in student as well. The nature of changing. When our author was in her first grade, her family moved to a new town. Student and environment, they were unfamiliar with the author. Students were ahead of her. Teachers come and ask them or write a letter, but author had no idea what to do. Owing to her fixed mindset, she could not even ask. Later, she realized that she should have asked to the teacher. You must develop a growth mindset. You must ask for help. Maybe in the beginning, you have a fixed mindset, but as you develop a growth mindset, it overlap your fixed mindset. Mindset go future. A fixed mindset creates its own standards, which are fully based on judging. Like this mean I am a loser. This means I'm a better person than you, etc. Author observed that people with fixed mindset more evolute. Any situation, something good in a negative level or positive level for them, and something bad. People with growth mindset constantly see what is going on, but they don't judge themselves or others. They are also sensitive to positive and negative information, but they take this experience as constructive, like a building block. Like, what can I learn from this situation? How can I improve? A mindset workshop. This is the time students are facing most problem. Many people see their brain as a mystery. They don't know how to work. Many people think that people are born either smart or average or dumb and stay that way for the whole life. But new research shows that the brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets, and it is scientifically proved too. The more you learn, the more you grow. The more you challenge your mind to learn, the more your brain cell grow. The tasks you want found to now seem to be easy. People who don't want to change, people with the fixed mindset think they are right and want to change, not them. They feel right to have a better job, a better house, a better partner. They believe the world should recognize their worth and accordingly give them everything. The dilemma. You think I'm doing this low level job. I'm not deserved to do this work. Your boss thinks your attitude is not right when he needs someone to help take responsibility. He does not look at you when it's time to give promotion. He does not give it to you. The reaction of two mindsets. He is afraid of me, you say federally, because your fixed mindset tell you all that. In your mind, people should recognize your talent and reward you. But when they don't do this, you say it's unfair. But when you adopt a growth mindset, you started to think in new way. You smart to think that by taking few steps, situation can be turned forever. You consider working hard and are more helpful to people, then you can learn much more about your business and can also get a good promotion. You begin to believe that some people are headed because of their commitment and effort. By putting little effort, they turn situation forever. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Nandini. So first of all, what I want to strengthen from your summary is that teachers and parents have a huge responsibility when it comes to growth mindset. I had the example last time when I told you about this experiment, how praise and the way you praise has actual impact on the performance of kids, for example. And then when you praise them for their intelligence and for their talent, as you just said, Nandini, is when you say you are so smart, you are so brilliant, then the normal reaction of the fixed mindset is when someone, you know, gives you this label, brilliant, smart, then you always try to defend this label, which basically means that you avoid to take on challenges, because when you fail with the challenge, everybody might think, oh, she's not so smart or she's not so brilliant. And then you try to avoid challenges on the way, because challenge is always a risk that at the end of the challenge, someone takes away this label from you, the label brilliant, the label intelligent. And the other way, Carol Dweck, in her experiment worked, was she started praising children and kids for their effort, for their consistency, for staying on track, for practicing. And she recognized when you praise people for effort, oh, wow, you worked so hard, then it encourages kids to take on challenges, because it's not that much about the result or the intelligence or everything else, but it's much more about the challenge itself. So there is really a lot of responsibility on parents and teachers to push our growth mindset in us, which they can do by praising us the right way. One thing, Landini, you always also mentioned that I think is really important is that when you see that someone is in a challenge, it is not the right way to lower the standards, but much more the way to help others to deal with the challenge. And to translate that for you all is, it is not the goal in life to avoid failure, but to learn to deal with failure. Because at the end of the day, none of us is able to avoid failure. Even in business, I had so many failures. I lost money. I tried things that did not work out. This is business. At the end of the day, when you want to build a meaningful business, on the way, it's necessary to fail and to do things that don't work out. And if you're not ready for that, you will not build a big business. The same is true for education. You will not get the best university degree when you are not able to deal with some kind of failure on the way, an exam that doesn't work the way you like it. If you have a bad exam and you have a fixed mindset and you get a bad grade for an exam, a fixed mindset person will think, oh, maybe this study is not for me. It's not the right thing for me. If I get a bad grade, it's not right for me. People with growth mindset just think, okay, next time I have to work harder. I have to learn more, right? Another thing that you mentioned that is really important, and as one of the most crucial qualities of people with a growth mindset, is they are able to ask for help. It's as simple as that. A crucial part of a growth mindset is asking another human being, can you help me with this? Can you learn me how you did that? Can you show me what your experience is? Asking for help is one of the most crucial qualities. Then you said, Nandini, you can learn a growth mindset, which is really important. I said that last time. Two important things. First thing is, you can have different mindsets in different areas of your life. So you can have a growth mindset in sports and have a fixed mindset at university, for example, or the other way around. And the thing is, wherever you have a fixed mindset, you can learn the growth mindset. And one of the most powerful vehicles for learning a growth mindset is start using the word yet. I do not know that yet. I'm not good enough yet. I haven't learned enough yet. Yet is one of the most powerful words because yet always tells you you can change. You can still grow. You can still learn. It's not yet finished. So using the word yet is really a practical routine that you can establish. And you also said, and this is my last point, that fixed mindset has a lot to do with judgment, also self-judgment. I am is usually the beginning of a fixed mindset sentence. I am intelligent. I am dumb. I am talented in basketball. I am not that language guy. I am whatever. I am is usually the beginning of a fixed mindset sentence. So be aware whenever you say to yourself, I am, it's usually an indicator that you have the tendency to fall into a fixed mindset. Yeah. So thank you very much for that summary. Thanks.
Okay, fine. There is Tinku who was preparing something about the introduction and the author, but I'm not sure if we should make this because otherwise we don't get to the homeworks. What do you say, Philipp, as you know the book? Would you, I told him to be very short, but what would you say? Should we?
How much time do we have today?
I don't know. It's up to you.
It's up to me. Okay.
Your time, because we are usually like extending, but I know that your time is very limited.
I just look. Okay, so I have said 90 minutes again as last time. So maybe we go to the homeworks, to the reflections.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe after Tinku, you can do it after if Philipp has to squeeze out or skip a go, and then you can maybe do it for us. Then this last part that we're talking about, because I think it's also very important to get into the discussion with people who are telling about their homeworks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the practical part. So then I would start with, I was just looking into the crowd here and all our Zuki students, and I would like to ask some people who were absent last time. For instance, like Bishal. Hi, Bishal. Could you tell us about your situation you were writing down in your homework, the one where you found out you had this fixed mindset, and another one was the growth mindset?
Claudia, would you just give me a second? I just have to rearrange. I need a cable for the power for my laptop.
Okay.
Please give me 1 minute, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we continue. Give me a second.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay. Fine. So, Barbara, should we like make it for everyone like 2-3 minutes, so that it's like we can have more examples? Bishal, you can do it briefly. Your 2 cases, not
yes,
now.
I wrote.
We are waiting for Philipp. But just to tell you, so that we should do it briefly, and you will just put the most important points. Who else was Bisoma?
I was having a question for Philipp.
Excuse me? We are waiting for
I was having.
Yes, but Bisoma, can you be the next one after Bishal then? Because also you were missing last time. Can you hear me, Bisoma? Okay, there's nobody behind this. And who was also, yes, the last time was, I'm just looking to, who was missing last? Lucky was also not with us. Lucky, can you be the next one then? Telling about your homework? People are missing. Barbara, can you nominate two more people from what you read?
Sabina was good, talking about her hospital job.
Okay, very good.
And Oma was nice, and even Rupa was talking about her math problem, how she dealt with learning math.
Okay, so we will try these 4 people. We start. You are ready, Philipp?
Yes, ready again with power. Yeah.
Okay, so Bishal, so please start with your brief summary of your homework, your 2 situations.
Actually, the first situation which I was facing, that I was in a fixed mindset when in my first year, when I just got admitted in my college, when I was now I'm pursuing diploma in computer science. I was having some issues. I was having some negative thoughts about the course which I was doing. I was thinking that it may be I cannot do, I cannot pass. It's not for me. It's not made for me, and many more negative thoughts. It was there in my mind that I couldn't go with this, but slowly when I started improving myself by in taking help from the seniors and getting all the knowledges which are required, then I started growing and doing excellent and getting better in my colleges.
Thank you. That's excellent example, because as you just said, when you say about something, it's not for me. I think it's not for me. It's, this is usually something where your fixed mindset is speaking to you. It's not for me. Yeah. And when you take the sentence, it's not for me, it sounds like that you cannot change anything about it, right? But the truth is,
cannot improve in it.
Yeah, you cannot improve. It is not for me, period. Which means it is not for me and I cannot change, which is not true. And you just said that, and it's a very nice example.
And slowly, when my first semester exam came, so I've seen my result. It was about 80%, and then I thought I'm really improving myself, and that was my growth mindset.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much.
And I was having a question that how do we approach a task or activity that seems difficult or challenging at first? How we should deal in that situation?
Please. Once again.
How do we approach a task or activity that seems difficult or challenging at first?
So the usual approach of a growth mindset to a difficult task is that it's not that much about accomplishing the task itself, but about learning something about trying to accomplish it. What does that mean? When you do something so hard that it's not sure if you are going to have a good result, there's this saying that you say, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn, right? And it's a saying, sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. It's not sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. It's sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. And this is growth mindset, even though maybe you do not complete the task or achieve the goal or master the challenge. But what you will always do is you will learn a lot. And I can tell you that from my business example. As I said before, I've done so many things that did not work out. Really did not work out. And I tried to start a business abroad, and I took the wrong people, and I lost a lot of money, and it really was not a victory. But I learned a lot. And when I tried the second time, I was much better, right? So when you approach a difficult task, it's really knowing that you might win, but for sure, you will learn something. And usually when I fail in something, when I do something, a bad result, something goes wrong and I lose or I fail, of course I'm angry for a certain amount of time. Of course I say, damn shit, But the second thought is always, okay, good, but what's in it for me? What's in it for me? I lost, I failed, and I'm angry, but the second thought already is, what's in it for me? What can I learn? What can I do better next time? And so what this example should demonstrate to you is that it's not, I don't tell you if you lose, be happy. Who is happy when you lose? Nobody's happy when you lose, right? Nobody's happy when you fail. I don't say be happy. I'm not happy when I fail. I'm not happy when I lose. But the second thought, after I am angry and, furious, the second thought already is, okay, what's in it for me? What can I learn, right? And this is what I want you to do. Is it's not about trying to avoid failing. It's not about being happy about losing. No, take your 1 minute of being angry or 1 hour of being angry. It's okay. When you start practicing, it's maybe 1 day of being angry, but the next day, get up and say, okay, what can I learn? How can I take this experience to get better? And the best of the best of the best of the best of the world think that way. And I need always, even though I'm not that of kind of a sporty guy, I don't do sports that much, right? But when you look into sports, you really see growth mindset at work. Because when you do top level sports, right? Maybe you're one of the best footballers, basketballers, swimmers, skiers, whatever. And you start, you will not even be in the top 1,000 of the world. Nobody knows you. You're not in the, but people a person on place 998 of the world list of whatever. If this person does not have a growth mindset, she couldn't do the job and will never get to the top. Because there will be a point in your career where your only goal is to make it from place 997 to 990. So it's not about winning there, right? It's about improving. And this is growth mindset all about. So when you face a challenging task, think about the best sports players in the world who belong maybe to the best 1,000 people in the world, but are at place 997. They will not make it to the first place in the next match. They will not, and they know it, that they will not. But they go in it all in and try their best just to get better one place, to move forward, right? So it's really sometimes, and I say that in business context and to my employees, when you look at yourself and where you are in life, and you think about where you want to be, the question is not, are you already there where you want to be? But much more, are you improving in the right direction? This is the question, you know? I have so many goals as an entrepreneur. I want to build big businesses, have huge impact, and I've done a little bit of it, but it's far, far, far away from my goals. Far, far, far away. And telling you that like this is already growth mindset, because there are people in my business, if they had what I have, they would say, I'm a big entrepreneur, I'm blah, 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 blah. And I say, you know, I built something, but I want to build much bigger things. And this already is growth mindset, right? And so it's not wherever you are in life and wherever you want to be in life in the future. Don't ask yourself, or don't, I have to say differently, don't punish yourself for not being there yet. Just look at, are you improving in the right direction? Like the swimmer on place 997 of the world ranking, who knows that he's not place 1, but he's trying to improve and get to place 995 next time. And next time it's 990, and then it's 900 and 800. That's it. So are you moving in the right direction? This is the essential question. And if the answer to this is yes, congratulations. And if the answer to this is no, you have to work harder, right? But it's not, are you already there? For all of us, no matter in what context you're working and no matter what you try to accomplish in life, each and every person has its way to go. You cannot, you cannot jump over certain milestones. You have to go step by step. And this is growth mindset. I hope that it did answer the question.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So who is next? Barbara, we nominated, tell me, was it Rupa and somebody, no, Sabina. Sabina was the first one you told. Sabina, can you tell about your situation in your nursing college and your experience there?
Hello. Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Hi.
Sorry, my voice is not well today. As
Oh.
I was... Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
So you're fine. You can speak to us. Even your voice is not so good today, but we hear you.
Okay, I can speak, but actually I am having some voice issues. That's why I don't know it sounds good or not.
It's fine.
It's fine. Okay.
We are listening.
So, yes, I have shared that I was having some difficulties in... Okay, wait, let me find some safe place because our car is going on. I'm on the road, that's why. I'm sorry.
Okay, so who can now, in the meantime, Rupa, can you tell us your situation? Or who else from the group, so that we can use the time Philipp is with us? Who wants to speak? Who would like to tell his story, his homework?
Hello.
Yes?
Hello. Raju.
Raju. Okay, Raju, please go ahead.
Claudia, actually, I wanted to ask my question.
Okay, fine.
Can I ask now? Or in
Sure.
case free time is there, then I can ask. Sometimes I used to believe for a leader, how he dresses, then how he does works always in time. Is it true that these are the quality is very required in a leader? It's always required in the leader, how he dresses, how he does work in time.
So you want to know if the appearance, the outfit is important if you want to be
yes.
somebody.
Is it true? Is it true or not?
And always being on time. So these two qualities, like showing,
a habit kind of thing, like some. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
is it true? Is it true or not?
I'm not a fan actually of generalizing a lot of habits of successful leaders. There is, for example, the story that every successful leader gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning. All successful people get up very early. It's a story. And the thing is, yes, right, some or a lot of the leaders might get up very early, but there are also examples of people who like to sleep very long and are very successful. I don't know if you know Richard Branson. Richard Branson, founder of Virgin, right? He's a billionaire and he founded a lot of companies, I think 200 companies. And he's saying he likes to get up at 10 o'clock in the morning, have a little breakfast, and he doesn't start to work before 11. And he's successful too. So when I come to your question, does being on time really is a crucial factor of success? I can tell you it's part of my personal values, and a certain kind of reliability and consistency is very important for success. If that always means you have to be on time for every meeting, I personally enjoy it, but I know people who are very successful who are not on time for their meetings, right? But when you step up your question to a higher level and ask, is it important that leaders show a capability of really consistency and reliability? I would say yes. That's a quality a leader has to bring with you. If that always means you have to be punctual for a meeting, I think people appreciate it, but the point is not each and every successful person is a punctual person in every meeting. So this is one thing. The second question was, is it really important how leaders dress? And honestly, it depends. The importance of your appearance decreases, I think, the more successful you are. If you look at some billionaires, how they are walking around, you would not assume they are billionaires, you know? But if you are making your way up in a career and having maybe your first leadership position, and you do not have yet this kind of how can I say, do not have this kind of track record yet, I'd say it's important you dress accordingly. So also here, when you hear me talking, you see there's not this kind of blueprint book where you say, okay, check these 6 boxes and then everything will be fine. There are different ways to success, to be honest with you. And if you ask me, is it important when you do your first steps as a leader to dress accordingly? I would say yes. Would I recommend you, when you start in your first leadership positions, to be on time? I would say yes. If you go up the scale of successful people and at the end of the day you are very, very, very successful, are you a billionaire or whatever, you can make your own rules, right? You might not be on time and you might walk around with flip-flops and short trousers and nobody cares, but you can allow yourself that because you are very, 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 very successful. I would not recommend that to you at the beginning of your career. So if you ask me, when you start in your first leadership position, would I recommend you be on time and dress accordingly? 2 times yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I can tell from my experience at my radio station, we really have to be on time. You know, when I, not only of course, for our program, my show starts at 5 minutes to 9. I have to enter the studio. I have to just take it like a cockpit. I'm the pilot. And if I'm not there, I will be having big problems. And also for our meetings, it's like really just being punctual is very, very important. In Europe, it's very important. I know that, for instance, Surcho and Kenai, they had some problems with some minutes. They were late because I know in India, it's not so much the habit to be like, but and then their boss told them to come 10 minutes before, or it were other people who were late a little bit. But Sucho was telling me that now the trick of their boss is that he says, no, you don't come at 7, you have to come 10 minutes to 7, because at 7 we have to start, and I don't want to miss some minutes.
Absolutely.
It's really, discipline is a very, very important factor. Okay, so Sabina, did you find a safe place now? Yes. Somewhere? Yeah, yes. Fine. So, you are telling us about your nursing daily life and the challenges you had there.
I must say that being a medical student, it's really daily we face many difficulties and also challenges in life. Being nursing student, I have shared with you about the mark sheet, which about the result that was not up to the mark the way I had prepared. Absha. Yes, actually I am in posting and I am with my roommates, so they're talking. Sorry. Yeah, so it was like being a nursing student, it's not so easy, I think. And I know I am alone here, so I always try to be punctual in every. I do my work. I maintain some timetables. I have prepared timetables, and
Sabina, we want to talk about your homework. Maybe I was introducing it in the wrong way. So what was the situation you were telling in your homework about the static and the growth mindset? In which situation did you have to develop your growth mindset?
Okay. Once I was posted in the hospital, so the staff has provided me some assignments, and I was facing some difficulties on completing that, but my mindset was like fixed. I don't know. I was trying to do by myself without taking any others' help. Then I was failing, and my teachers was not happy with me. Then then uh, I was sad, and I was thinking that I will not able to complete the assignment on time, and also teachers also not happy with me. Then I chooses to be growth mindset, like I choose to seek help from my friends, and then I could complete, and then my assignment was good, and I submitted, and then teachers was also happy with me, with my work, so they appreciate my work. So like that, I shifted my fixed mindset into growth mindset.
Thank you very much. So I think the medical area is a very interesting area where growth mindset is really, really important, because at the end of the day, when you finished your studies and start to work in that field, you will not be able to help everyone, right? And if you have a fixed mindset, this will make you a very hard time, because although, and certainly you will try to help everyone, and certainly your ambition is to help everyone, but the truth is, it will not work out that you help everyone, because it's not in your sole power to help everyone. So having a growth mindset, that doing your best is what it's really all about, is very important in that field to have a fulfilling career, right? Because it will not always work out the perfect way. And the important thing is that you always give your best. And when you did your best, you should sleep well, right? And what I liked with your example is you said you did not take help, yeah? And the thing is, sometimes we are too proud to take help. We're too proud to take help and say, no, I have to do it on my own. I have to show I can do it on my own. It's being proud, and it's much more about proving yourself than about doing a good job. And the thing is, with growth mindset is not proving yourself. Growth mindset is pushing it forward. And if pushing forward needs asking for help, then ask for help, right? Thank you very much for that example.
Okay, fine. I would like to ask if there are any questions for Philipp, as long as he's here. So maybe if
I have a question.
Raju, another one. Okay. Which one?
Philipp, can you please once again explain the bootstrap way, like with one or two examples?
Explain what?
The bootstrap that way, bootstrap.
To bootstrap. So I know I already get the feeling that Raju is really on its way to starting a company, being a leader. You're very interested about that. I like that. Yeah, certainly. So there are two ways to start a business, right? One is to have an idea and look for partners and getting partners on board, and also getting partners with money on board, getting an investor, and doing a business in a partnership. The other way to start a business is bootstrapping. What does bootstrapping mean? Bootstrapping means you start usually with very, very little money. Yeah, sometimes of your own, sometimes borrowed, whatever, and try to use that little resources to build a viable business. And I actually did. I founded 5 businesses, and each and every one of those I bootstrapped. So I did everything always with bootstrapping, which means that I took my own money, or sometimes not money, because with my first business I had no money. I took my time and my resources and my knowledge and put it into business and tried to get the business off the ground. So what the advantage of bootstrapping is, this kind of scarcity, so having little resources. In my experience, this scarcity leads to a lot of creativity. Yeah. So I like it when you don't have much, you get very creative about what to do. If you don't have that much money or resources, you have to really get very creative to do something good. And this is the other side. And I also do a lot of startup investments. I was in a startup TV show in Austria and did a lot of investments. And this is the thing I do not like about the startup scene, where you raise millions and millions of other people's money for your startup. It lowers creativity. Those startups have huge amounts of money. They do not think that creatively than companies with less resources do. So personally, I'm a big fan of bootstrapping. But to be honest with you, there are some fields of entrepreneurship and some entrepreneurial areas where bootstrapping doesn't work. If you have a business, if you have chosen a business where you have really high amounts of money that are necessary to maybe invest into machines or buildings or technology, you cannot bootstrap, right? But for businesses that are not that intensively connected with cash needs, I always would recommend bootstrapping, starting slow, finding creative ways, looking if people are interested in my product. I like that way of founding a business. Yeah, to me, it's the more creative way than fundraising millions and millions and then spending other people's money. I'm not a fan of that. Hope that helps.
Philipp, like one example, please. One example.
So I give you, for example, a lot of my businesses that I started were in the professional services industry. So I have a marketing agency that I started. I have a consulting company that I have started. And to start a marketing agency or a consulting company, you don't need anything. You just need a computer, your knowledge, your brain, and your work, right? You can bootstrap a professional service business, no problem at all. You just need a computer and start. When you want to start a restaurant, it depends. When it's a small restaurant, maybe you can bootstrap, right? When it's a large restaurant, maybe you need money. You can maybe borrow money from the bank. You can maybe take an investor. If you want to start a production facility and produce bags, yeah, you need lots amounts of money to buy the machines, to buy the technology, to whatever. You cannot bootstrap. You need an investor. So the question always is, how much does a business depend on you? Is it a knowledge business? Then you can start with your computer and you don't need an investment. Is it a business where you need a lot of assets and assets is machines, buildings, blah, 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 equipment, you probably need an investor. Hope that helps.
Okay, yeah, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Is there one?
I am having a question.
Yes. Who is speaking?
I'm having
Who is speaking?
Rohit
Hello.
was speaking.
Rohit sir.
Rohit.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm audible. I am having a question, so that some good examples and explanation about fixed mindset and growth mindset. Hello.
I lost you.
Yes, I also did not understand. What is the question again?
Yeah, I'm repeating again. Can you please give some good example and explanation about fixed and growth mindset?
But this we are making for now. We had this whole session already, Rohit. Actually, it's the homework, the examples of fixed and growth mindset.
Yeah, I think maybe you, as the homework was written, do you share the homework for everyone so that they can read it as well?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so then you get the answer. Yeah.
Okay.
So one final question.
Yes, one final question because Philipp has to leave. Is there anybody? So what was the experience? Then I'm asking a question,
Yeah.
Philipp, when you found even you who are so positive and motivated, where you nearly failed to step into the growth mindset?
So the first thing that comes to my mind is really when I started a few years ago. I think it was in COVID times, when I really started to share my thoughts and knowledge on social media, in my podcast. So when I started to be outspoken, because the years before, for I don't know, 15 or 20 years, I was a consultant and sitting on the table in private settings with my clients or with my bosses, consulting them and telling them what I think. But what I did not do before was sharing my advice and my thoughts with the public. I did not do that before. And when I started to do this, and doing the podcast and starting videos, it was a funny thing because I expected that I would be fluent and spontaneous and everything, and that I just turn on the camera and record a video and it works like that, because it always worked like that. When I sat with someone of my clients on the table, he asked me something, I gave him an answer. So it was that kind of spontaneous response. And when I did my first video and my first podcast, nothing worked. It was like speaking a foreign language. I was not able to record a video spontaneously because I did not know what to say. I was insecure. I did not find the right words. I lost my nerves, and I said, I don't want to do that. And I really remember at the very first beginning of doing podcasts and videos and live webinars that I tapped into the thought of, maybe it is nothing for me. Maybe that's not for me. Maybe I'm a good consultant, but maybe I am not a speaker or a thought leader or a content creator. Maybe I am not. Maybe I should stay in my field, you know. And thankfully, my team pushed me and said, no, keep on going. And after doing the 10th podcast and the 20th video, I recognized it got better. But at the beginning, I really was in a fixed mindset because I expected from myself that I am, or I should be, a natural talent with recording a video, recording a podcast, because, you know, Philipp was always talking. And so I should be able to do a video, to do a podcast. and it didn't work. So at the beginning of that journey, I was totally in a fixed mindset. Absolutely.
Okay, very interesting. So in the end, Philipp, what kind of really important advice would you give to all these students here? You know, they are living in such difficult environments.
Yeah.
Many of them, they have parents who are sick. It's
Yeah.
very hot in India. You have
Yeah.
don't even have a fan sometimes in all these beaches. So it's a very tough environment. So
Yeah.
is there anything you can give them for motivation?
I hope so. And to be honest with you, I think that there might be also some statistics or evidence that supports what I'm going to say to you now, but I want to say it from a deeply personal space. I am 100% convinced that the most successful people in the world had a very, very hard time in their life in some way. And that people who have to go their way in very challenging circumstances, and Claudia, you mentioned some of them, people who need to go their way under very challenging circumstances, and those people who keep their grit, stay consistent and overcome these challenges and never give up, will certainly belong to the most successful people ever. Because I am sure that the way we have to go through life, it's like training a muscle, right? I don't have that many muscles, unfortunately, but it's like training a muscle. If you have a very easy life, everything is hunky-dory, fine, and, you know, pink and fluffy and woo, super. Your muscle in life is not that trained. But the thing is, to become very successful, you need a strong muscle. So also here, the same saying is true that I mentioned before. What we all cannot decide on or have no influence is the circumstances of our life. Where are we born? In what family are we born? In what environment are we raised? What are the conditions under which we have to do our work and go our way? It's given to us. But what is not given to us, but 100% influenced by us, is what we're gonna do about it. And so I am 100% convinced that if you can see your life, the circumstances of your life, the challenges of your life, if you can see them all as an opportunity to really train your muscle, no one on this planet will ever can beat you, and you will be very successful. Because I can tell you something, I know a lot of successful people, and most of them had a really hard time in some part of their life. So having it hard gives you a lot of opportunity to become very, very strong. And being very, very strong will give you the best chances of making something great out of your life. And I hope you can see that. I hope you can see that. I see it when I see you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You. Wow, wonderful words.
Thank you, Philipp.
Very touching.
Thank
So
you.
we will make a picture. We need a picture, everybody, please, with Philipp, as long as he's here. Put on your camera, please. We want to have all the faces, everybody. Marlies, machst du das Bild vielleicht?
Yes, we'll make 2 pictures because we have more than 25 participants. So we need 2 pictures of both parts. So please turn your cameras on. Yes.
Here we are.
Big smile, everyone. Okay, and once more.
I do it. I also want to do one again. Great.
Okay, now the second part. Just wait, I switch to the second part. Okay, once again, you don't know if you are part of the second or of the first part, so smile anyway. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So
Thank
can
you.
everybody
Thank
put
you.
into short words some into the chat a small message for Philipp? Something before he leaves? I don't know. Thank you. What you took away, one sentence, so that we have some kind of messages.
Thank you.
After this second session. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
It was my pleasure. It really was my pleasure. As I said last time, I heard so much of you all, and I'm so really inspired and fascinated by the work you do, Claudia, Marlies, and everyone who is on the team. I don't know everyone yet, and I was really pleased to get to know you all. I really hope we will hear a lot from you all, and with what you are gonna do. So thank you very much. It was my pleasure. Yeah. So I have to get myself out into a meeting, but I keep my laptop on so that I can read the chat in a few minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. So Subhas, this is just to give you this a short note. I like your energy and excitement to share your valuable knowledge. So your energy, Philipp, is just yeah. It's with us. It's with us. Like everyone, you know, I know when I'm meeting you, it's full of energy. So I don't know how you keep your energy level this high. What is your drug?
there's no secret. The only secret is it's not that high 24/7, right? That's it. It's high when it needs to be high. And now it's necessary to be high. And now I have one more meeting, and after that meeting, it's going to be low, right? So that's it. Yeah. My energy is not high each and every time, but it's high when it needs to be high. And I thought here it's necessary. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay. Thanks for your kind messages.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yet. Ja, sehr gut. So, wie gehen wir weiter? How are we going to continue? Will we listen to Tinku, the short part, and then we, yes, I don't know, is there any discussion then going on? We will see.
I will take pictures of the chat in the meantime, okay, and send it to
Tinku, can you make your, for a summary of, I don't know which part of the book? You say it was the introduction and something about the author, is this right?
Yeah, about the book, about the author, and introduction.
Okay.
About the book, about the author, and the introduction part. Okay,
Tinku, you please go ahead. Not too long because we already had some time, but please go ahead. Thank you. Den Chat muss man fotografieren eigentlich, Marlies?
Nein, ich fotografiere nur, weil...
Für den Philipp.
Für den Philipp.
Nur mit Fotos quasi.
Ja, ich mache Screenshots.
Okay, Tinko, excuse me. Yes, please go ahead.
So now I'm going to speak about the book, Mindset, which is written by Stanford University psychologist, Dr. Carol Dweck. It offers a view to understand the mindset, that how by changing our mindset, we can achieve what we want. It is shown in this book that how by keeping our mind open for learning, we can learn and apply these lessons in our life to achieve what we want. So now I'm going to tell about the author. The author of the book is Dr. Carol Dweck. She was born in 17th October 1946. She is a researcher and a psychologist. She has worked with several organizations. Her research has been appreciated in New York Times, the Washington Post, and the Boston Globe. She has written several books on mindset. So the introduction part is, in this book, you will learn about how your beliefs shapes our life. As you have seen that great people, whether in sports, in business, or in any other field, they did not become successful overnight. May some one them are talented, but not everyone was talented. They also used to have fixed mindset. They achieve greatness by developing growth mindset. You all have heard what differentiates a person from others. You also learned how mindset decides the direction of our whole life, be it positive or negative. You will also learn what to develop, how to develop a positive mindset. This book is based on many research. The author tells that how by recognizing our mindset, we can change it. Thank you.
Okay, good. So is there anybody else who wants to share what he was taking or she was taking away from this book? Or maybe some kind of situation you had in the last time? Surcho, you are with us. Surcho and Kenai, the one who hello Austria.
Kanai is busy.
Okay. Kenai is what? He's sleeping?
Taking bath and he was
Yes. So
not sleeping. We just came back and
I know that, but I know that you are, of course, are exhausted because it's also very hot in Austria. So it's quite, I think, exhausting and tiring, your work.
yeah, today it was raining, so we took a lot of rest.
Oh, really? It was raining in Burgenland.
Yeah,
It was not
maybe for
raining.
30 minutes. Yes.
But maybe you can tell us about your mindset. Now you are for 5 weeks, I think, already, or for
1 month. 1 month. Yeah, 5.
Yeah. So how did this change? Because in the beginning, as far as I noticed, it was very it was not so easy to adapt and also to start with this work. It's very physical work. And now, after 1 month, what kind of changes in your mindset did you realize?
Yeah, mindset first. What I can tell about our work is really means after doing for 1 month and it's so hard and you really can't take means 2-minute break also and you have 2 minutes do continuously and you have back pain, body pain, this pain, that pain every day. And
Is he shouting because he needs some soap under the shower?
So every day means I think means what to do next means this is not my work, I know. So these things goes around my head. Then I know I have to do this because first of all salary is very high. That's always one motivating things for me. And first of all, when we started, the work was not that much. Then slowly it's increasing. We are doing overtime also. We even don't take rest for 1 hour. We hardly take rest for 30 minutes. Priska told us that you can take rest for 1 hour, but we don't take it. We do it for 30 minutes so that we can do overtime. And
yes, and you will earn more then.
yeah.
But I think, the challenge is also to make something really special of any task, because if, like asking questions, trying to learn from your boss, who is the one, he's a very famous farmer in Austria and entrepreneur. So I think whoever starts with a job, you just
every day
be interested.
when we are going to Eric for lunch or anything, we always discuss how he started these things. Means usually in India or anywhere, no one wants to be farmer, or they don't get this basic idea that I want to start a big business with agriculture and these things. So he shares with us that how he got motivated and how he's continuing, because the land in Austria is also very costly. So before he had very few lands, and then he started slowly renting it, and now he has 70 yards.
Yes. So what did you learn of this is his story, but are there any learnings listening to somebody who became step by step? I think is now 30 years. He is building up this company. Who became successful? What did you learn?
One thing that I've learned that he's very consistent and he take his work very deeply, because I even seen Priska working with us for 6 to 7 hours, being the boss, or means being the boss of the company.
Yes,
even
and
Eric
also
also sometimes, yes. Eric also sometimes work with us. Priska events, he works on Sunday, Saturday. So he's very consistent about his company, and they also means maintain the quality of the product, which is one of the essential things. So what I've learned is that you should be consistent of your work. Then what you are doing, you should be 100% focused. So this thing what I've learned from Eric.
And I also think, I don't know if you were asking him this, but he had also very special ideas how to make his company special, because usually when you do farming, you have, I don't know, some kind
he
of...
also even said us that it is one of the for biological reason, it's only in function that they even change their field, means with others agricultural boss to maintain the quality. Means if they have done garlic this year, they will give their field to the other potatoes agriculture farmers, so that they can product. There is a many biological reason. So he was telling us this also.
Yes, and you know, usually you have like some sorts of vegetables you have on your fields, but he became famous in Austria with tomatoes.
Tomatoes, yes, emperor of tomatoes.
He was importing even from Russia and from China, from many countries, the very special sorts of tomatoes who were only growing there. So he ended up in having 350 different sorts of tomatoes. So in Austria, he was called the king of tomatoes.
Yes,
He became famous, and he became famous in the media, was reporting about him. And I think this is also a very important step for all of you, that you have a special idea, a business idea, whoever wants to go into business, or however you want to sell what you are doing. So he was kind of also brave to just get all these plants from everywhere. And as he became famous, the people now, they are coming from all over Austria and all over Europe sometimes for these special sorts of tomatoes he's selling. Yes. So I think this is his USP, like you said, the unique selling point. So if you have your USP, then you are like a brand, you become a brand. Even I'm a brand in the radio. I have also my USP. I make interviews who become like personal. I have celebrities, and sometimes they tell about really the innest thoughts. And I hope this is my brand, but to become a brand, this is very precious. So in Austria, for instance, if you are in the media or if you have your company and people say your brand is very well known, then you have created a really big value. So for whatever you're doing, you should think, what is my special point I can develop. So Erich is famous for his tomatoes.
Yes, we have seen. He even made the latest Queen of England, and he was sharing us the story. How he gifted some seeds,
And he's also doing like guided tours in his fields. So
for 64 euros per hour, then they take appointment. Then I was very shocked to see how people come to pay this much and to see tomatoes. Then I read about him in the Wikipedia, then I came to know.
Yes. So this is also a special idea, you know, how can you like serve your clients who are really interested, and people like to know more about nature, and people like to eat. So he just combines the two, and he's making guided tours, the boss now of Socho, the Tomato King, Erich Stekovic, and he's making on the weekends tours for like, I think 20 people or 40 people, you know, Socho.
I don't know, they take appointments and depends per hour.
It's a very restricted number of people, and they not only go with him, the boss, to see all the plantations, but they can also taste. The whole time they can taste. So you come hungry and you have a full stomach after 2 hours. That's why it's costly. It costs I don't know, 7,000 rupees, you would say. But you can also, he has also like marmalades, you take some of his products and you can taste everything. So and this is very popular. So as soon when he puts all these dates for these tours into the internet, after 1 hour, 2 hours, it's already booked out.
Yes,
yeah, became so famous. So these are very interesting business ideas also you are going to meet. This is, I think this is the main point also, whatever kind of job you're doing, or even if you're studying, that you are 100% interested in what can I learn? What can I learn also from the people, from my teachers or whoever I'm meeting, because everybody has his stories, or like Philipp has his secrets. So who else? Is there anybody else? Is Subhasi still with us, who is also working? Because I'm just looking.
Yes.
Yes, Subhasis. Maybe you can also share your experience, of your job life in Pune. What can we? How can we imagine your job life, and what are your learnings there, being there?
Yeah. So first of all, what I'm doing is completely corporate culture. So I'm going to office every day, like from 9, and then I come back at home at 7. So it's basically where we have an IT park, and we have all the engineers there mostly. So yeah, so we meet people. We meet people from different companies. In our IT park, there are like I think a total of 15 companies working there, like Amdocs, LG. There are lots. So ours is Kion India. Kion is a German company, so maybe you'll be knowing they make forklift trucks, and so yeah. So going to office and coming back every day is quite monotonous. But when you get to meet the people, and you get to meet people from US, from Germany, from Australia, from China, and you get to learn a lot of stuff from them. And they always, I don't know, in corporate world, they always have a habit of, being polite to each other, always telling each other the motivating stuff, and uh, things are very polite there. And I don't know what's inside people, but in the external world, everything is very polite and nice. And yes, so you get to learn a lot. So I've finished my internship just this month, and I came home, and then I'll be leaving some days. So I'll be joining as a permanent employee there. So I'm waiting for that time.
Oh, wonderful, Subhasis. These are good news. Great.
Yeah.
What exactly is your task during the day? What kind of work are you doing as an engineer?
Like Walmart, Amazon, Frito-Lay's. So these companies, they have their warehouses. So these companies, the warehouses of these companies are completely automated. They have robots running from here and there, and they take the goods, store it automatically, and when they need their goods, robots bring it. We have automatic storage and retrieval systems. So we build those. So our company, Dematic, they build those. And what I do is actually, we have this conveys and system of conveys. So those needs to be automated. We have sensors. So I'm a control application design engineer. So that means I have to automate the system. So I actually have a tool called Maestro, and there I design the system. I put power cables. I calculate the powers. I calculate where the sensors should be put, at what position, distance between two sensors, type of, we have emergency stops, and all those devices are put by control center. So we make a design, computer design of it, and then we send those design to the installation department. So the installation department are the ones, those who work in the warehouse center. So they will take the hardware and the gadgets and they will assemble according to the designs controls engineer, that is I and my teammates have made. So we like there were 10 interns, and among them five have been selected. So I was selected, and I'll be joining by the end of this month.
Wonderful.
Bravo. Congrats.
Congrats. But if you now think about your studies, what is meeting your expectations when you were studying now concerning the job life? What is meet and what is completely different?
Okay, so well, I studied engineering. I had a different vision in my head. Like, I wanted to. It's a very common thing. Like when we were child, we thought we'll be going to NASA and we'll be doing rocket launching and we'll be astronaut. And then when we go to classroom and we realize it's a bit difficult. So we start, our dreams start fading away, and we then think about, okay, let's go to ISRO and let's work for a country. And then after that, you go to class 11 and you see, okay, I'm not able to do great in maths. So then, okay, then maybe I won't be able to be an engineer then. So I gave up in my class 11. I gave up the dream of becoming an engineer. And then in class 12, I realized, okay, I can do it. I did so great in my exam. So I thought, okay, let's take engineering because I've done great. And then while I was in college, I was an electronics and communication engineer. So I thought of, what electronics and communication engineers, they do is they make gadgets, every new gadgets, innovation, everything that is smart. Like your smartphone, if you have a smart home, all are done by electronics and communication engineers. So that was what I had in my dream while I was studying in college. But then I came to this company, and this company also have great work. But the thing is, like, I was not able to go in the hardware sector. I went to designing. In designing, you do the designing part. You cannot see the components, you cannot touch the components because all those components are not in India. They are in US, Germany. So whatever design I do, it goes to US and Germany, Europe and Australia mostly. So the installation department, they do the assembling thing. I just do the designing. So yeah, it did not meet my expectation that much. And yeah, but it's still okay. I'm doing better than many of my friends.
What do you mean? Because some are disappointed, or what do you mean?
Yeah, some of my friends, they have studied engineering and now they're in some sales company. They are salesmen and they are selling some products. They're in a tourist company, and some of my friends are in solar company. Some are in LG, and they are also not happy with the work they're doing. It's normal. It's quite normal. Like in engineering, it happens. You initially don't get what you want to work with. But this is also a field of engineering, my field only. But instead of designing what I wanted to touch the equipments. I wanted to do the real engineering and see the things. But I'm doing designing, but that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yes, of course. It's very, very often it differs, what you are doing then after your studies, and yeah. But it's a good experience, and you can move into the direction you really want to do, I think. So it's also for your curriculum. It's important to have lots of jobs experiences.
Yes. Yes.
Because your aim, I suppose, is going abroad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
My company, we have the same engineers in abroad, and like with their salary, 3 employees in India are working with the same salary. I mean, yeah. So they can hire 3 engineers in India with the same salary. So if I go to abroad, I'll get that 3 people's salary in India. So yeah, I have.
That's true. Really.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So, was meint ihr? Sollen wir, is there anybody else who wants to share some kind of experience from working life or college life, difficult situations? Lucky, I would like to ask you, because you were, if you are here now, you were absent last time, how you are coping with the college. Sona, is Sona here? Because I know
Yes.
it's quite difficult there, this sports college. Is that Sona, Lucky? Are you here behind the camera? Lucky, hi. I just want to know, because we were talking so much about challenges in life, and I know that your college where you are now with Sona, it's quite difficult. You said they speak a different language, and last time when we are sharing our thoughts, it's some months ago, you were telling me about many, many problems. So how is the situation now? Can you get into the whole thing with a growth mindset? You have to unmute your microphone, Lucky. Yes, now.
Yes, now I can means later I started to think that if other state people can means nearby state they can communicate, but still far away like Jammu Kashmir and other state come there for study. So if they know the language, they try to learn and they adopt the language, whether they are speaking which type of language, you know. So I also started learning from others, like my friends. They speak. I hear the word. What they are telling. If I don't understand, I go and ask them. And sometimes means I join late means I'm an introvert person, so I don't like to mix with others. But still, to know how they are come means they are facing how they are communicate with others, how they solve their problem, what is the uh, solution for the problem. So I started mixing with everyone, even in this means senior ex students with them. So I started adapting, and now I can freely talk with others, and I can express my thoughts, my action, everything. So now I don't have any problem dealing with others, and even with the teachers also. They started to means if they are also means facing problem, they ask me, because they are means from other state. They come to play, they don't know English at all, so they come to me and tell them to translate them, whether what they are telling, what they need. So I feel proud that means sometimes I am also helpful for them, like this.
Okay, but the lessons, the classes you are joining, which language are they held? What
They only speak Punjabi, because yes, they do English spoken class, but still I don't understand whether they it means they pay attention when they take the class, no, like spoken English class, written English class, they take, but I don't know, after they take the class, they don't know anything. I ask them what is the means problem, or what is the means when you are spending money in the class to learn something, how come you don't know English if you work for 2 to 3 years? So I asked them. They said that I don't want to learn. I just want to go out. So I take the degree to show others that I am capable to go outside and work. So
but it
that's
must be very difficult for you, because you
yes.
were expecting to have your lessons in your classes in English.
But I'm still lucky, because our class teacher, who is in charge of our class teacher, she is from CBSE board, so she speaks English. So whenever I face problem, I ask her that please tell me what they are telling, and what is the subject they are means speaking about.
Okay. And the food, there was also a food problem.
Still, I am facing still the food problem, because in Nalanda we used to get means boiled food, no spicy, no means salt food and like this. But there they use too much spicy. The oily. If I eat for one day, I have to means I cannot go for a whole week to join the class. This is very difficult. So I most of the time I spend my months and now months and I drink water, plenty of water, only to means survive my hunger and.
Really? Oh my God, this sounds very.
But the good thing that father gave us money means he pay 3,000 rupees for food and 2,500 for our diet needs because where we stay there is that place is a type of holy place, so they don't allow meat, egg, fish, nothing. You can only drink milk. So father provide 2,500 rupees for milk 2 times. So the shopkeeper who is in charge of the shop, he is good person. So he takes half. Most of the time he said you pay half, and other portion you have to don't have to pay. So I collect that money and drink. There is a famous drink called lassi. I drink that one because to hydrate myself and to means to change my taste bud.
What? So you live on lassi and milk?
Milk and lassi, sometimes biscuit, and sometimes like Maggie. Yes. And if I want to eat something, I have to means travel in a bus which costs 75 rupees, and I can't pay that one because father don't pay that much money to I have to go and buy fruits and all. And fruit one, if I want to eat apple or something, it's starting from 250 rupees. So I can't provide that much money, or I cannot travel say, in bus to spend 75 rupees to eat that means fruit and all. That's why I stopped going there. I survive with water, lassi, biscuit, Maggie, and this all.
Okay, we will talk separately about this because we have to find a solution. This sounds horrible. No, we don't want you to suffer. You should be healthy and strong and having enough food. Okay. And so thank you, Lucky. Thank you for telling us about your situation. Somnath and Samrat.
Yes, Samrat Patro.
Yes, Samrat. Because you, I think there are some more, I don't know when you are going to finish your diploma course. I think it's in October.
In October, yes.
Yes. So what are your plans? How do you feel like now it's only some months left? And it's challenging then to think about how to get into job life, what to do.
Yes, it's challenging. Of course, it's challenging because it's very in a competition if you take pharmacy in India, because there are two ways you can be a registered pharmacist. One by doing diploma and one by doing a B.Pharm. So, since I'm doing diploma in pharmacy, it will be much more competition to get a chance in to get a better jobs in government sector as well as private sector. But then also I believe that I will get a job.
So can you send some applications already, or do you have to wait for your final exams?
We have to do a 3-month training, and we are now given the application to Bangur Hospital. It is a profound hospital in West Bengal. It's a #1 hospital, so we will take internship from there, and then we will try to give resume to most of the company.
Okay.
I will prepare myself for the government exams so that I may get jobs I may get job as a registered pharmacy.
Okay, I see. Okay, so I would like to ask Jagat here at the end, because I know that you are Jagat. Are you here? Are you still? Or...
Yes, Claudia.
Yes, I just want to know about your situation before we go to the end of this session, because are you still waiting for, I don't know, the working permit in Romania?
Yeah, I have wrote to Raju Ayat, and he talked to the HR, and he told me that on August there is an appointment on August. The HR will take an appointment, and the appointment date is on August, and it will take 45 days or at least 45 days to complete the immigration process.
Wow.
And then in October he will send me all the documents. Then I have to apply in Delhi for the visa process, and it will take lots of days for the visa. As Raju told me last time, they also applied, they also have mailed, and it took lots of time for the reply from them. And maybe it will take 1 month, means at the last of October, November, means I will be in Romania.
Okay, I see. Okay, I will try to find out, what is the process, and if I can help you maybe in some way to accelerate it. Because last time with Assad also, there's the ambassador of Romania also in Austria. So let's see. But November is a long time, isn't it? And they are going to wait for you.
Yeah, they told me that in August only, means they had got an appointment, and then after, they will take at least 45 days.
The appointment of the Romanian embassy in Delhi.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Gut. Marlies, ich würde sagen, wir beschließen es, oder?
Ja.
Okay.
Ich glaube, es passt gut.
Ja. Okay, so thank you everybody for being with us, and I'm really glad we had so many today joining. And yes, I will work on the next session. I don't think are we going to have some homework. Marlies, what do you say? Barbara, any idea? Ich weiß es nicht, mir fällt jetzt nichts ein.
Ja, vielleicht nochmal so die Quintessenz, oder? So dass, wenn Sie in 10 Zeilen schreiben sollen, was Sie für Ihr Leben mitnehmen, sowas vielleicht, oder?
Yeah. Did everybody read the book? Did the book reach you already? The mindset book? Has everybody read the book?
Ich glaube, die Shika hat sie teilweise verteilt. I think Shika distributed partly the books, but not all of them.
Who got the book? Maybe you can raise your hand with the emoji. Who got the mindset book already? Who has it? Is there anybody?
I have my book.
You have it. Oh, the only one? Oh my God.
No, I also have the book. Hello, Claudia and I and Nandini also have the book. Sikanti already ordered the book from online, and he already received it.
Yeah. Susmita has the book. Samrat.
Okay. Marlies, can you tell? You were just suggesting a homework. Can you tell it?
Yes, maybe everyone wants to just formulate maybe 10 sentences. What are your most important learnings for your life? So if you just listen to Philipp and to the other ones who presented the book today, thank you very much to the 4 of you. Very courageous, very good presentation. Thank you. So whatever you learned and want to keep it in mind for your whole life, what is it? Just maybe the 10 most important learnings, just 10 sentences about what do you want to keep for you, for your success and happiness in life.
Okay, good. So I just
একটু সাইকেলটা নিয়ে যেত, আমি একটু দেখি এবার ক্লাস শেষ হবে। এবার আর কিছু হবে না, চাপ নিতে হবে।
Your mic is on, Roy Jadhav.
Okay, good. So then thank you very much for joining. I will work on the next speaker. We'll see, I have lots of I have some options and some ideas, so we will try to make this in 3 weeks time, for instance. Just checking, or 1 month. Let's see. But it brings you forward. It brings everybody forward, Marlies, wouldn't you say?
Yes, of
no matter
course.
if you're a student or if you're already, you know, in the working process, it's
Yes.
very.
And thanks to Claudia, Austria's celebrities are willing to teach you. So you can be very grateful to your Auntie Claudia.
Yeah. Yes. So let's see which scientist we have as the next. I have maybe a brain scientist, the Bernd Hufmann, or the Slaven, the longevity expert who knows about how you can live 130 years, which kind of food you have to eat. But lucky,
sometimes
difficult.
Claudia, just to add on what you said, I have shared a slide that I used in my development trainings because the concept had gained traction in all the organizations, the growth mindset and fixed mindset concept. So it's so important to know about it.
And how are the German classes going, Eva?
Oh, quite well. They're making progress. It's difficult. I understand, because it's really, German is a difficult language, but they are they're practicing, and we are doing a lot of writing and reading, and I'm very confident that by the end of this year, and when we are visiting next time in Calcutta, everyone who is participating is able to do the conversations in German, at least part of the conversations with you all.
Okay, good.
Thank you very much, Eva. And we will practice with you all. We will only speak German to you.
Okay. Okay, so have a good evening, have a good night to India. See you soon. Yes.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.